Three, two, one.
Good morning and welcome to another edition of Hawkeye Community College's Opening Doors. I am your hostess today, Latanya Graves, and in the studio I have with me Sue Peterson and Jerry Orr. And so what I would like to do is start with Sue, and please tell us how long you've been with Hawkeye and your job description and some of your duties.
Okay, well this time around I have been with Hawkeye just about 6 months, but overall I've been with Hawkeye for about 15 years.
Okay.
The GAP program, I am a Pathways Navigator, a Career Pathways Navigator, and what we do is we have funding available for short-term, non-credit classes
Okay.
for people who are income eligible.
Okay. And so when you say people that are income eligible, what is the criteria?
The income part of it, we look at the federal poverty guidelines and take 250% of that level. So for instance, a family size of 1, if you earn less than $29,175, you could be eligible for our program. Family size of 4, as long as you've earned less than $59,625. So the guidelines are very generous. But there are also many assessments that we do. There are other factors that we look at when it comes to the selection process.
Okay, and then how long are some of the programs that receive the GAP assistance?
Well, because they're all deemed as short-term,
Okay.
we've got a 6-week truck driving program.
Okay.
We have a 75-hour nurse aid program.
Okay.
There's a 68-hour welding class. The CNC program we don't actually have up and running yet, so I'm not sure how long that one's going to be. There's an electronic maintenance tech, and then the one we're going to be talking about today, which is the industrial maintenance, and that's a 4-month program.
Okay. And you mentioned the nursing program. So there is GAP assistance for that program because we have a CNA program offered at the Martin Luther King Center, and so many times those that are signing up for the course, they need assistance, and so I didn't know the GAP assistance was available for that also.
It is. We want to get the word out that we have that program approved so people can come to us and inquire about funding.
Great, that is such good news. And we're just going to turn our focus a little. We're going to introduce Jerry, and Jerry is the Trade and Industry Coordinator?
Correct.
Okay, so Jerry, just tell the listening audience a little bit about yourself and how long you've been with the college and some of your job duties.
All right. Well, thanks for having us here today. I have been with Hawkeye Community College for just a little over a year now.
Okay.
And my job as a coordinator is basically I'm setting up classes,
Okay.
finding qualified instructors, looking for people that may need the training and that sort of thing. So yeah, a lot of the classes that Sue just talked about, the welding classes, this industrial maintenance, I've had my hands on and helped arrange it and get it going. So,
Okay.
but yeah, the one that we really I wanted to talk about today is the industrial maintenance class that will be starting in about 3 weeks,
Okay.
April 21st. And we are hearing of industry, they have demand for this type of a position. It's a position where you need to know a lot of things about a variety of different types of machines and to do maintenance on them, whether they are powered by electricity, hydraulics, air. Basically, a lot of the manufacturing centers around here have all these types of machines in their facilities. So to be able to troubleshoot them and fix them, this is the type of training that we're going to try to provide for these people.
Okay, and 3 weeks is not that far away, so what should a person that is interested be preparing themselves to do?
Okay, well, if they have a desire for, to work in the manufacturing environment and like troubleshooting, working with their hands, finding problems, fixing them. This is not an assembly line job. This
Okay.
would be fixing machines and doing maintenance on machines, whatever type of industry they're working in. So if someone has that type of desire, first step would probably be to get a hold of me,
Okay.
and I can give you my phone number now. Would
Please
you like
do.
that? All right.
Yes.
My phone number is 319-296-2329. My extension is 3010. If they get a hold of me, we will put them in touch with the workforce development, Sue here, because there is financing available if a person qualifies, and if they don't qualify through the GAP, there may be other areas. So we don't want the price of the class to discourage people away, because we would like to get people into this training because there's a need for them.
Okay, and then exactly how long would the program be for?
This program is going to run, basically it's about 90 days. And we are going to run it Monday through Friday from 4 o'clock to 9 o'clock in Cedar Falls. Each night will be 5 hours. We're going to split them 5 hours into 2 classes. The classes that you will have are applied math, electrical systems, fluid power, basic mechanical systems, fluid power 2, advanced electrical systems, motors and controls, and PLC programming. So that's the classes that we're going to run. They'll run from April 21st through August 26th, and 5 days a week. And we realize that it's a commitment, but if you get through this training, the chances of you getting a job are quite excellent.
Okay, so are there any prerequisites?
There is not.
Okay,
No.
wow.
That's the nice part about it. So this is a non-credit program, but we've arranged this so if someone would get through this class and someday want to go on and complete a degree, we can transfer to and make it, they'll give them credit for it on the credit side. So that's a plus too.
Great, this is an awesome opportunity for individuals that are truly interested in taking this program. And so Sue, can you tell us a little bit more about the GAP tuition assistance?
This is some recent legislation that's just come out of Des Moines where they're wanting to bridge the gap between the credit programs where financial aid is available and the non-credit programs where there isn't any financial aid. So they came out with, we need to determine eligibility based on income levels, but then we also will look at other barriers, other circumstances in a person's life. Is there transportation issues? Might there be daycare issues? And try to address those before we put people into a program where they may not be able to succeed.
Yeah, because many times we do find that students do have transportation issues and childcare issues, and they're always looking for funding or some type of support to assist them, you know, so that they can be successful. So that's a plus for them. And so I know you also wanted to talk about the industrial maintenance tax, so can you tell us a little bit about that?
Well, that's the one that Jerry was just talking about, so it is that program. If anybody wanted to attend and was concerned with the cost of tuition, which is $4,500, if they come to us and they are found to be eligible, we could pay the entire tuition cost. We have transportation assistance so that we could pay them some gas money to get to school. If there might be any testing or state licensing at the end of the program, we could even pay for some of those costs. So there'd be very little expense to any individual who came through the GAP program.
Wow, that is so good to know. And then will they have to take the COMPASS test? or is that not a requirement?
No, that's not a requirement.
Wow, that's very good to know. But while we're talking about the Compass test, I just wanted to let the listening audience know that we do offer the Compass test at the Martin Luther King Center on Tuesdays at 9 o'clock and Thursdays at 1 o'clock. And if those times do not fit an individual's schedule, I have offered the test around their schedule, and I've even offered the test on Saturdays. So we're very flexible when it comes to the students, because at Hawkeye, every student matters. And then there's also a website that people can go to study for the Compass. And so if you're interested, just come up to the Martin Luther King Center and I will share that information with you. And then some of the other classes that are taking place at the center, we have the CNA program, and then we also have an intro to SOC. We have concurrent enrollment classes with the high school students, and we have a math, elementary algebra, and we have Western Civ, and the computer lab is open to the community, so anytime the students are not using the lab, the community is welcome to come up and utilize the computers. We also we're a virtual access point for Iowa Works, which means once you go out to Iowa Workforce Development and get signed up through them, then if you have transportation issues and are not able to make it out to University Avenue, you can come up to the Martin Luther King Center and just enter in your password and information, and you can pull up job sites, employer information, all types of resource links, anything that you're looking for. You can do that at the center through the virtual access point services for Iowa Works. So I just wanted to let our audience know that, again, if transportation is an issue, we're right there centrally located in the community, so you can always come up to the Martin Luther King Center located at 515 Beach Street. And so we're going to take a station identification break, and we will be back in just a moment.
Getting out of the military, I was missing this camaraderie.
So, second half, we'll just go over everything we've talked about, and then if there's more stuff that you want to talk about, just, include it.
Alone.
So,
Yeah.
I still had the anger, I still had the addictions, but we didn't talk about that.
Came to a point where it's like, okay, I really need to talk to somebody about this.
Family more or less encouraged me, go to the VA, you're a veteran, see what they can do to help you.
I'm going to bring that job fair
When you
flyer
have family,
tomorrow.
friends, when you have the facilities like the VA and the Vet
Yes,
Center,
Center.
it gives me, it gives
So mention
others
that, 'cause I
encouragement
didn't bring the
to
flyer.
keep moving forward.
It's okay to go get help. It's okay to talk to people. Because it takes true strength to ask for help.
Talking with other veterans was the best method for learning the roadmap to success.
Hear veterans' real stories of strength and recovery at MakeTheConnection.net. The sounds of the 21st century, all under your view.
And again, if you're just joining us, I just want to welcome our listening audience. I'm your hostess this morning, LaTanya Graves, and in the studio with me I have Jerry Orr, who's the Trade and Industry Coordinator, and Sue Peterson, who will be talking about the GAP tuition assistance along with other information.
Yeah, one of the things I wanted to mention, especially with this industrial maintenance program, it's coming up on April 21st, which is only 3 weeks away, and our GAP funding has a bit of paperwork and assessments that need to be done before approval for funding can be given. So I really encourage people to get a hold of us just as soon as possible. They do have to complete the National Career Readiness Certificate, the NCRC, if they haven't already done that. There's an interest inventory. There is an informational interview where they'll actually go out and interview someone in that field. So all of that does take at least a week or two. So come in, give us a call. Our number is 231-291-2705. I am extension 316. We have Megan Holbach at extension 350. And I just, I would encourage anybody to get a hold of us just as soon as you possibly can. There is a phone number out on campus that if we're not available, please leave us a message, and that is 319-296-4247. We listen to those messages several times a day, so don't be afraid to leave us a message or email us at careertraining@hawkeyecollege.edu. There's many ways that you can get a hold of us. I just say, give us a call. Come on in.
And Sue, just again, reiterate the information as far as the funding and the household income.
Right. We have to look at household income as the first guideline that people have to meet. The federal poverty guidelines, we take that times 250%. So for instance, a family size of 1, if you've earned less than $29,175 in this past 12 months, you would meet that income guideline. A family size of 2 is $39,325, and it goes up from there. It's very generous income guidelines, so most everyone is probably eligible, but that's not the only process we use to select our candidates. We also do the assessments, the interest inventory, the NCRC. We can only allow one gap funding slot per person per lifetime. So we really want you to make the right choice the first time. That's why we do all the assessments.
And can you explain what the NCRC is?
That's the National Career Readiness Certificate. It is an assessment that has been created by ACT out of Iowa City. It's a computer-based 3-section assessment. They will measure your math, reading, and locating information skills. And employers around the Cedar Valley have recognized that job seekers who hold an NCRC certificate have the basic skills needed to do most of the jobs out there. So these employers are actually giving preference to job seekers who hold this certificate.
And I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. Approximately how long is that test?
It's a maximum of 3 hours. Each assessment is allowed a 55-minute maximum, and then with instructions, so you could get done quicker.
Okay. And let's just say someone didn't get through the test. What would happen?
If they don't pass at least a bronze level in any one of the 3 sections, we have a remediation program or a brush up on the computers. It's called Career Ready. You just create your username and password and you can get in and practice, and as long as you show progression and an increase, then you can retest, no cost to the applicant, and see how you do the second time. But I do want to say that at this time, there is no minimum score required for gap funding. So please don't let that scare you off.
Great. And we're going to switch gears, and Jerry, just again, give us information about the Industrial Maintenance Tech program.
Sure. This program is going to start on April 21st, and it will go Monday through Friday from 4 o'clock to 9 o'clock. And all classes will be held at the Cedar Falls Center on 5330 Nordic Drive. The classes will go until August 26th. The cost is $4,499, but I want to reiterate that do not let that price keep you from calling, because like Sue has been talking about, there's a gap funding. There may be some other types of funding too, and if they don't qualify, anxious to get people into this program. In fact, we're so anxious, we are gonna give anybody that completes the program and has a 2.0 or better grade point and has attended at least 80% of the classes, we're gonna give them $500 at the end of the class. So it's just an added incentive to keep people and get people into this class. This job is in high demand. If you have the abilities and you get through this class and have a willingness to get a job and work at it, the possibilities of this job is it's phenomenal, really. In fact, I was talking to a person this morning, has 25 years in the industrial maintenance job area. He is no longer working in it because of a health-related problem, nothing related to work. But his last job, he was making $160,000 a year. Now that's somebody that's put in a lot of hard work, 25 years, and was willing to learn, grow, whatever, you know, and get into a management position. But you know, starting out, you're probably looking from $30,000 to $40,000 a year at this type of job. So, but it takes a commitment. You know, you need to know a lot of things about machines. So, and there's all types of machines. So, this is the training we're going to provide to get you a good solid footing.
Great, and then also we talked about there's no prerequisites required, so that is a very good thing. And then, and also they will not have to take the COMPASS test. And again, though, if you're interested in taking the COMPASS test and would like to prepare for the exam, just call the Martin Luther King Center at 296-4440, and I will be happy to share that information with you. Otherwise, this is the website, www.act.org/sample/index.html. And again, there are sample questions that are on the COMPASS test, and you can utilize that to prepare yourself for the test. And so we'll just, again, just talk about the GAP assistance, and that is a very great program. So please, if you're interested, give Sue a call, and Sue, just give the listening audience those numbers again, and just share with, that is just such a key program that will assist you, and I just would love for people to take advantage of it.
Okay, the phone number that you can leave a message is 319-296-4247. We listen to those messages a couple of times every day, so we will get back with you. Email is careertraining@hawkeyecollege.edu. We do start everyone with orientation, and we have GAP orientations twice a week. So please give us a call so we can get you signed up for orientation.
Great, great. And again, I would like to reiterate about the Martin Luther King Center being a virtual access point for Iowa Works. You can come up to the center once you're registered at Iowa Workforce Development, and then once you go out there and do everything that is required, then you can come to the Martin Luther King Center and use our computer lab and sign into your account, and you can look for your jobs, update your resume, apply for jobs. Everything that you would do at Iowa Works, you can do it right from the Martin Luther King Center. And so we would just like to, again, thank our listening audience for tuning in. I would like to thank Sue and Jerry for being on the show today. And if you have any questions, let's just shout out some numbers real quick. Sue?
Okay, again, give us a call out at our phone number at Hawkeye, 319-296-4247, and we will return your call.
Okay, Jerry?
My number is 296-2329, and my extension is 3010. And just a quick one other thing, we do have a job fair out on campus tomorrow from 10 o'clock until 1 o'clock.
King Center for Information, 296-4440. This has been another edition of Hawkeye Community College's Opening Doors. Thank you.
Here, I was gonna leave that with you, so you have the right phone numbers.
Okay, thank
And you know what, I will try to get you a new one of those
Yeah, 'cause we
yellow
have,
guys that has the new stuff on it.
My card too, if you'd like it.
Yeah.
thank you.
Thank you.
Edie, I didn't know you had water in here,
Okay.
so I didn't touch that one.
Okay. That's fine.